Hey guys, this is Dev from Infinity Gaming, and today this is gonna be my first video on this channel. I've done YouTube before, but this is the first time I've really felt like I should take it seriously. So, let's get started with the video today. Ranking the Call of Duty games. Yes, that's right. So, this is a video I've always wanted to make on my old channel, but I never really got around to it, and by the time I was gonna make that video, it was already like 5 months since I made a video, so I was like, well, why do it now? So, I wanted to do it now because I just wanted to make a new fresh start on YouTube. So, here we go. Now, I know there's 11 Call of Duty games, but I'm only gonna be ranking 10 today. Why is that? Because I've never played Call of Duty 3. There you go. There's my excuse. It's out there now. Go hunt me down, but you won't shoot me down. Anyway, let's get started with number 10. Coming in at number 10, we see Call of Duty Ghosts. Yes, this is weird. Usually, I think this is a really good game, but this is kind of at the point where people really got tired of like the first-person shooter genre. Black Ops 2 was kind of like people getting tired of it, and then Ghost didn't even sell very well. It was just crazy. I mean, even though Call of Duty games have sold so well, Ghost was just poor selling. But overall, reviewing this game would be tough because everything about the game is okay. Story is okay, voice acting is okay, multiplayer is okay, which makes it just a bland game and very forgettable. So I just felt like I put the game down after a little bit. And it's an okay game. If you want to get it. I would probably give it a 7 out of 10 or something. It's an okay game, so get it if you're just looking for a first-person shooter. But if you want like quality out of your first-person shooter, then probably lay off this one. This is probably one you can miss and still play the Call of Duty series. Yeah, it's not required. You won't be judged. But anyway, moving on in to number 9. And at number 9, we see Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Okay, now I know my channel art says Modern Warfare 3. That's because I felt like it. But honestly, Modern Warfare 3 is a very good game, but if you've played its predecessors, you know it's just there's something missing. Every time I went back to go play its campaign, multiplayer, even co-op, I felt like something was missing. There was something missing from this game. And the thing is, I could never put my finger on what it was until now. It was missing that charm. To be honest, like when you were not playing the task force missions and the campaign, everything else just felt very bland. The story was okay. Multiplayer just kind of felt like one and the same. And co-op, while survival was a pretty good addition, did not appeal to everybody. And most people just wanted zombies because Black Ops that came out the year before and that introduced zombies. So it was like, well, what do you do now? I mean, so honestly, Modern Warfare 3 is a very good game. Did some new stuff with its multiplayer, like added Infected, really good game mode. I think Gun Game was on there for a while, but I don't think you can find it anymore. And even like for the Call of Duty Elite, you could get, which is stupid by the way, you could get like one face off, like 1v1, which was friggin' awesome. So stuff like that was pretty cool. But yeah, Modern Warfare 3 just felt very bland and forgettable. So I'm gonna leave it at that. And coming in at number 8, we see Call of Duty World at War. Alright, now, Treyarch is probably one of the most consistent making the Call of Duty games. So we don't know about Sledgehammer yet, because they've only developed one fully and helped out with one. So far they've been, I guess, consistent. Yeah, I guess so. Treyarch has been the most consistent with their games. All their games are at a very similar quality, and that's what Infinity Ward kind of struggles with. They make these amazing games, but then they, fail on like the next 2 games. So hopefully, 2016 Call of Duty, which is when Infinity Ward makes theirs, hopefully they get it right again. Hopefully it's just not a Ghost sequel. Like, it'd be funny if they called it Ghost Eater, Snake Eater. Never mind. But World at War was a very solid game. I definitely enjoyed it a lot. The characters are pretty fun. I think my favorite was probably like the Russian campaign. That was a lot of fun. And the American campaign was okay. But yeah, Gary Oldman, the Russian campaign, that was a lot of fun, and that ending for the Russian campaign, don't even get me started on, that was really good, really liked that ending. You know, it also very gory, but, yeah, looking at the multiplayer, no offense, it's act. It's like, you can't go in there without seeing one guy just going around hacking with God mode and all that stuff. It's hard, it's gonna be hard, but, at least they introduced zombies mode, and that's Nazi zombies. That was like a fan favorite. Everybody loves zombies mode. And to be honest, I loved it myself. I mean, zombie mode was awesome. So, if you're into the whole like zombies mode, definitely do World at War. World at War is gonna be a fun game. For as a Call of Duty game, it's okay, I guess, but as a first-person shooter, it's really good. So, if you're looking for just a fun World at War, World War II shooter, definitely get World at War. You won't regret buying it. And coming in at number 7, we see Black Ops 2. Alright, 2 Treyarch games in a row. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? Nothing, I guess. But Black Ops 2 really was a cool game. Really is a cool game, but it's overlooked. Or it's I don't know, it's overlooked, or it's, either you play too much of it or you play too less of it. It's, overlooked by its older brothers. The older games have always overlooked this game, and it's actually kinda sad, because it's a really, really good game. But, it's gotten very overlooked, because Battlefield 3 was always on people's minds, and this is kind of why I said the turning point where people kind of got tired of the Call of Duty series, and that's why Ghost didn't sell well. But don't get me wrong, this game's solid. Very, very good game. Its story was fun. Multiplayer, you're gonna have a blast with. It's probably it's probably the best multiplayer in all the Call of Duty games. Probably, I think. But yeah, you definitely will enjoy this game. It's so solid. I don't know, it felt like it was missing something also. It felt like it was missing something that other Call of Duty games have had. It felt like it was missing some charm. And that's why Call of Duty's sales had started to decrease. Just because, the 2 Call of Duty games in a row have just started to lose their charm. And it's just like, ugh. It's tough, man. But coming in at number 6, we see Call of Duty, the original. Yeah, Call of Duty the original, what can I say? This game set a bar for storytelling that I don't think it's going to be suppressed in a pretty long time. It's just, what they did was so good. Because before then, first-person shooters just felt very generic. Medal of Honor was good, Battlefield was pretty good, but they were missing something. And Call of Duty definitely did something new and brought something new to the table. The amount of AI companions you could have on screen at once was astonishing. We take that for granted nowadays in our multiplayer with Battlefield 4. 60, players in like one match. I think it was like 64 players, 60 frames per second. Really cool. But we take that for granted, and we always overlook what game truly started that. That was Call of Duty. The amount of allies you could have on that screen was really good. And it had new missions, tons of new mission layouts that we had not seen in shooters before. Even though it had, it's like, oh, go here and scan that, or go here and pick up this package, or go shoot these enemies by yourself. Still, it's set a bar for cinematic tale that we take for granted today. So honestly, great game. You can now download it actually on Xbox Live and PlayStation Network or PlayStation Store. You can get this game. You can get this game now, but definitely a great game. Just great game. We wouldn't be anywhere without this game, truly. And coming in at number 5, we see Advanced Warfare. Yeah, I got my hands on this game, and to be honest, it's such a great game. And I remember when it first released, how everybody was hating on it, and then, when the people got their hands on it, they're like, oh, this is actually a really good game. I know somebody who's not even remotely a fan of Call of Duty games. I don't think almost any of them are good, but he got his hands on this game, and he was like, this game's really good. That's coming from the guy who's almost anti-Call of Duty. But Advanced Warfare did some awesome, this new plot that, I guess was pretty good. Just did a lot of new stuff. It's what you expect from a Call of Duty game. I took like the Modern Warfare style campaign and did like lots of new stuff with it. It reinvented it. Kevin Spacey starred in it with Troy Baker, and it was just such a great campaign, to be honest. I don't think we're gonna see like any campaigns like that for quite some time. Advanced Warfare's multiplayer also was really good with the exosuit, but like kind of like a Killzone with a Halo mashup. I really like that combination. And Exo Survival, while it's not for everybody, like I said with MW3, is still a really good mode, and I definitely recommend you try it out. So, Advanced Warfare, great game. If you're on PS4 or, last gen consoles, definitely just play this game. This is a game you will not regret playing. Alright, coming in at number 4, we see Call of Duty Black Ops. Alright, well, what can I say about this game? This game is probably one of the most different Call of Duty games. Why do I say that? Well, Call of Duty, most first-person shooters, they always are set in one thing: future, modern era. Thank you, Call of Duty 4, and World War II. And you feel like they're so limited to that, but not Black Ops. Black Ops actually takes place in the Vietnam War. Surprisingly enough, we do not see the Vietnam War that often in video games. Really, just think about it. Really think about it. Do you ever see that? And don't say Black Ops, because I'm talking about that. Yeah, but Black Ops is a great game. Obviously, I think Alex Mason is going to be a very iconic character that everybody remembers. Well, most people remember Ghost, Soap, and Price more. Alex Mason is definitely still a very cool character, and everybody loves that guy. And it had a great, solid campaign, very good campaign. Zombie mode is back and better than ever. Whilst in the first zombie mode felt very generic, like we need to get the power back on. This one had a little bit more story to it, and lots of DLC, like Mob of the Dead, or like Call of Duty Origins, and all that stuff that everybody loves. Lots of DLC with this thing. It really is a great game, great game. If you want to see something new out of your first-person shooter experience, then definitely get Black Ops. Multiplayer, amazing. Campaign, amazing. Co-op, or zombies, to say so. Amazing. Truly, great game. Just great game. And coming in at number 3, we see Call of Duty 2. Well, what can I say about Call of Duty 2? It's the sequel to what was considered a masterpiece at the time, and to be honest, Call of Duty 2 is such a great game. It's so overlooked by, all the other Call of Duty games, but truly, it's the reason we have our cinematic feels. It took what the original Call of Duty did not do right, and fixed it all. Some bland missions, fixed. Better graphics system, fixed. And all for a launch game on the 360. Whilst I played on the PC, that's a whole other story. I didn't play on 360 because I don't own a 360. Yeah, but to be honest, it was just a great game. Very fun. Multiplayer was much better this time around. Wasn't as laggy as it was in like the original Call of Duty. But to be honest, great game. Definitely worth your time. Coming in at number 2, we see. Get ready. Can you handle this? Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare. What can I say about this game? This game is just... It's just so good. Everything about this game is so good. Oh man, where do I start? Well, I'll start with the single player, I guess. Single player is amazing. It's a very different experience. It's the first time I've really seen a modern campaign, like in the modern era, for a first-person shooter done right. The campaign was amazing. It's an amazing experience. All the characters in the game are just solid characters. I think we had Gaz, Soap, Price, and tons of others. They're all iconic characters. And to be honest, it's just a very good game. You had arcade mode, no co-op yet. That wasn't until like World at War where co-op was really being pushed through. Multiplayer was very fun to play because it was so simplistic. All the guns were very balanced. Well, there was a couple that were a bit overpowered, like the M16 was a bit overpowered, but Then we had like the simplistic multiplayer. Everybody had the same kill streak: UAV, precision airstrike, and an attack helicopter. Everybody had that, Didn't change the game if somebody, had got a helicopter because there's probably another one coming through. Team balancing was pretty good, and just brought up a lot of cool modes. It was very fun multiplayer. The only reason I don't put it at number one was for multiplayer now is like very hacked, full of like hackers and all that stuff. And stuff like campaign sometimes felt a bit boring in spots, and I just feel like I just want to skip to this mission right now. And I was like, oh, can't really do that right this second. And then, yeah, that's about it. I mean, it's an almost perfect game. But if you counted correctly, number one is Modern Warfare 2. What can I say about this game? This game is just it's a near perfect game. It's not too advanced with its custom class system like Modern Warfare 3 was. It was like all these attachments that don't even help me, to be honest. And it wasn't too simplistic like Call of Duty 4 was. It was right in the middle, and it was just so solid because of that. Let me get started why I really liked it. The campaign was so solid. Sure, it's tough to wrap your head around for a little bit, but it's such a great game. The campaign was really amazing. Co-op with special ops, that was a lot of fun. While it wasn't as good as zombies, still, it was very consistent and actually pretty hard. Like the oil rig with all the like juggernauts in there, that was just hard, man. Yeah, it's just tough. And multiplayer, tons of new kill streaks, and they all felt very balanced, and I felt like I earned it. Like, I know there's like tons of videos of people thinking they got a world record for the fastest nuke, and it probably is someone who just got like a millisecond faster than they did. There's so many videos of people, posting the highest record of getting the nuke. There's like Burnsy, Merc Music, and just tons of people who were like posting their high scores about how they got the fastest nuke, and then there's just so much good stuff about that game. Honestly, it's a near perfect game. It's not my favorite game of all time, keep that in mind, but it's just amazing. So, that's it for my countdown. Hope you guys enjoyed my first video on the channel. I'm going to try to upload as much as possible. If I can't, I'll let you guys know. But let me know if you want to see it in the future. I'm kind of blanked on ideas. This is a video, I just want to see it test around for you guys. See what you guys thought. But anyway, that's about it for today. My name is Dev, and hope you have a happy week of gaming. This is Dev from Infinity Gaming, and today shall be a good day. That was actually a lousy outro.